from the other side of production, it's kind of a reverse engineer of what we're learning through writing a pure piece of fiction in the miniseries. Is that like your characters say stuff, but your characters also are doing stuff, and that's where like what was unsatisfying about first person addressing the camera was that something. It felt like something was missing, and what was missing is like an environment in which things are happening, and then I am also talking, and that's where like that's what I think is successful about Jason. I hate you, is that we have a character is doing something and then the thoughts are telling a completely different story, but I'm like existing in the world and the thoughts interact with the world in an appropriate way.
Which, going
so that there's like an extra layer of richness, and hopefully, and who knows, and I don't care, but maybe that could signal to people like that this is not confessional. This is not a first-person nonfiction piece.
We're not looking for advice. We've actually gone over this many times ourselves to be able to...
Well, even not just what we're looking for, but for them how to read it, is that this is closer to sketch comedy, if you think it's funny, but it's closer to a scene.
Or drama, if you don't.
Yeah, it's closer to a scene than a vlog because it has those two pieces of doing something, saying something.
And I would say that, like, if we were so worried about it, it would be upsetting that no one gets it, but people do get it. We do. There are other people that comment that, like, get that this is some kind of quasi-satire. So it's not like that we're off the mark. It's the same thing as, like, when we're watching whoever our favorite political comedians or something like that, and you're like, how can this group of people look at this person's joke and it just not even gets close to the top of the head, and they're either not willing to go there or their mindset is so completely different that like they are doing nothing but looking at China YouTube and looking for how exactly do you get from step A to step C, and if you don't know, I'm going to fill it in and tell you that you did it wrong, or tell me how. They're looking for some kind of fact, as opposed.
Right, which I'm very incredibly unconcerned with the motivations of people who don't get what we're doing, and it is then nice that there are people who do get what we're doing.
That's the
because the stuff that we like is often stuff that we see comments of like, I don't get it. Or like, we've all had the experience of showing something to someone and having them be like, oh, okay, you like that. Like, we don't all like the same stuff. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of people that are here or in any situation or country for a long time. Like, you don't watch or pay attention that much to... I mean, before we moved here, we watched anything Chinese that we could find. Chinese movies, Chinese news, Chinese networks. And, 8 years later, I'm like, oh, here's another foreigner has entered the YouTube world. And I look at their YouTube page and I'm just like, oh, okay, great. With the 8 brains here. And like, it's not even like it's like, this is bad. It's just that like, you're tired of it because you know. But you don't, it's not that you're tired of it like, I'm so sick of China and I want to leave. You're like, well, what is the deeper story? Yeah. I think that's the excitement of where we're at, of like, these are stories that are happening to us in China.
Right.
Not describing.
But it's not about China.